Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a new phone. Oh yes, new phone. And it's kind of cool because I've been using this one. This has to be probably one of the best performance or best bang for your buck phones that you can get. And this is the Poco M3. And you know, it's one of the first phones that I've used on Android and super impressed with it. I really didn't know what to expect from it, and it has done nothing but impress me for the amount of money that you pay, the performance that you get, the screen size, the handling, everything. It's been a fantastic phone. Really like even the camera was decent. And I think for like a lot of people, the M3 is a phone that you would just be super happy with. No questions, you'd get this, love it. You know, but today we are looking at this. That's right, the Poco X3 Pro. Now, just so you guys know, this video is going to be, for me, taken over a couple of days because this part here has been recorded much earlier in the week, and we don't even know a lot in regards to specs on this phone. And I only got it yesterday, and because of that, I'm taking it out of the box right now for the first time, really to play with. We're gonna go through the setup, see what comes in the box. And we don't even have specs or anything from Poco. They haven't sent it to us yet. So this will be inside this video as we go further and Poco actually sends us more data. So we're gonna open it right now, and we'll continue through the video and hopefully we get more information before the actual release. All right, coming up. So yeah, so this is kind of exciting. The Poco X3 Pro. We have it here. Poco X3 Pro, you can see it. Phantom Black version, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. Now, supposedly there are a couple of different colors, and you can get an 8 gig with 256 gigs of storage, is what I've heard. Again, we'll know more as they actually give us some information as we get closer to release. But let's crack it open. You know, here we go. All right, welcome to the Poco family. Hello, you have onboarded the Poco mission of everything you need, nothing you don't. Very cool. Little Poco. Yep. And we get inside here, of course, we get a little bit of, I'm not even sure, it's just like maybe little stickers. Why would you not want some stickers? Stickers are good. We all like stickers. And we get a warranty card. Warranty card. It's fairly thick warranty card. You get a Poco X3 Pro, user guide, multiple languages, very nice. And you get a case, which I love. You know what? I got the case on my old M3, and it's the only case I've needed. It's done its job very well. So here's a little case. I'm guessing it's going to be very similar to that case. You know what? It's a case. What more do you want? It's going to do what it needs to do. So I appreciate the fact that they gave that to us. And we have the phone. What else do we get here? So here you go. Here, first, a little bit of some specs on this. Poco X3 Pro, Qualcomm Snapdragon 860. It's a 7 nanometer octa-core CPU with up to a 2.96 gigahertz. So this should be plenty fast for the majority of us. A 120 hertz 6.67 inch full HD plus dot display with Corning Gorilla Glass 6, lightning fast UFS 3.1 storage, dual speakers, NFC enabled, and a 5160 milliamp battery. Liquid cool technology 1.0 plus. That's a good looking phone. It's a good looking phone for sure. All right, what else do we get here? And this is, look at them. Now, as you can see here, I'm gonna have to use an adapter, but that's okay, that's all right. And I'm gonna have to figure out, there we go. They give you a nice big charger. Now, what is this for charging capabilities? I don't know, I can't read that. Again, I'm sure we'll learn more. I think someone had said, somewhere that I read, and I'm guessing right now, so I don't know for sure, that this may be a 30 watt. It's got some heft to it for sure, but it includes it in the box. So that's very nice. Again, I may have to use an adapter. That's okay. We do get a nice size cable. So you're gonna get USB-A to USB-C. So very nice for all your charging needs. I do appreciate the fact that unlike some companies, USB-C, and that's it. That's it in the box. Very nice. And if you take this and we just give it a little unwrap here. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Check that out. It's like this dual color. So you get this black, but it's got this reflection where you get almost this blue hint inside it with this purple. That is slick looking. Oh, that's slick looking. Does this come off too? My guess is yes. Oh yeah, I like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully that shows up in the camera. That is really slick. I'm impressed. Impressed already. Okay, and if you put it up against the M3, you can see it's, you know, that's kind of the same screen size. They actually go a little bit closer edge to edge on here, it looks like. So you get maybe a little tiny bit bigger, but very close. All right, let's turn it on, shall we? First start. There it is, Poco. I'm just gonna lay it right there. You guys hopefully can see that okay. That's my hope. And I believe it is running the MIUI, which is based around Android 11, is my belief. And it's MIUI version 12, I think. You guys can see the actual, there it is, MIUI 12. So we'll just tap that. English, we have English UK, do we have just English United States? There we go. Yep, very good. Choose your region, Canada, very nice. Yep, everything's good. Yep, do I have to scroll? There we go, tap there. Skip this because I don't have a SIM card in there. Connect to your network. Yep, let's bring it to this one, I think. I'm just gonna pop this in, hold on. Connected, yep. Sweet, next. Getting your phone ready. And look up here, you can see, like, look how small they have. There's no notch up at the top. There's just this little dot where the camera is. Very cool. We are going to back up from iCloud, back up from an Android phone. Use your old phone to copy data wirelessly. Let's see if we can copy straight from here, actually, because that would be awesome if we could. Let's try it. Back up from an old, yep, just a sec. Open the Google app on your old one. All right, I opened the Google app on your old device. I'm with you. Okay, Google, set up my device. We'll see if this works.
All right.
All right. All right. Searching for devices. Yeah. Come on. There you are. Everything looks good. Same shapes. Nice. Copy to your new device. Yes, copy. Verify it's me. That's kind of simple. So if you do have an older phone, you can just see it kind of pop over here. All right, so we got it back here. Access your assistant with Hey Google. Yes, I'm in. Set it up, yes. And because I've had this before, it automatically just knows it. So that's very cool. It just pulls data from the other stuff. Nope, we're all good. Getting your phone ready. So setup really, Google account. Setup really is super simple. It's just automatically, you can see here, loads up. And if it's new, you just kind of set up as the new stuff, but nice and easy. It's super fluid. We're storing all your stuff. Yeah, fingerprint. So I'm gonna put it in a password here. Yep, and nice and easy. Now I can do my fingerprint. So the fingerprint is actually on the side here. So we're just gonna, nice little vibration every time you put it down there. Done. Easy. Easy peasy. Setup is complete. Loading my apps. Oh yes. So really the setup, especially if you're restoring, 5, maybe 10 minutes, tops. And here we go. Boom. What a lovely screen. Everything's there. And what I like about it too is that it's a pretty clean. There's not a lot of extra stuff. Of course, you have your Google stuff here. And some of the stuff got moved across because I did a restore, right? So this is a nice clean install, which is really good. And if we go into things like settings here, what we may want to do is make sure there's some updates available. right? All these. I am going to do these for sure. I mean, I'll do them right now, but by the time you guys come back, I will have that all done. Display, right? Light mode, dark mode. I like dark mode, so we'll switch there. Brightness level, reading, color scheme, refresh rate. So right now it's at 60, but of course we can go up there, which is what we're doing, high refresh rate. So adds more clarity. Just realize when you do go to the 120 hertz, you do take a little bit of a battery hit. For me, that's okay. This has got a nice big battery in it, so it shouldn't be an issue at all. So I'm going to that one. 120 hertz, right? So 120 hertz. Full screen mode, nope, everything's good. Pop that back. Let's just see. Like, it's so fluid, and that, I love the dark mode. But yeah, it's so nice and fluid on here. Like, you can just, it's buttery smooth for sure. That 120 hertz is very nice. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, that's gonna be it for today. You guys are stick with me. I'm gonna play with this for the next day or two. Hopefully I'll get some actual more stats from Poco, and we'll continue this video for you instantaneous. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Oh yes, we are back. I got my computer up here, and we've got some information actually from Poco. Yeah, so you guys will be able to get this again as soon as it's released. So let's look at a few bits of information here in regards to this phone. And I've been playing with it now for a day, and I have to say it's really nice. This is the first phone that I've ever used that has that 120 hertz refresh rate. And I'm loving it. I have to say, it is just ridiculously smooth. It's so nice. And even like battery wise, does it hit it? It hits it a little more than if you just had it at 60 hertz. But for that trade-off, I'm kind of down with it. So let's look at here. Poco X3 Pro. It uses the Qualcomm Snapdragon 860, 7 nanometer energy efficient manufacturing process. And I'll put the specs. I'll put the specs over here for you guys. Qualcomm Cryo 485 octa-core CPU up to 2.96 gigahertz. Qualcomm 640 GPU, liquid cooled technology. Well, and some other stuff here, right? UFS 3.1 storage. And it does come, like we figured, it does come in two models. I have the 6 gig 128 gig storage, so 6 gigs RAM. But it does come with a 8 gigs of RAM and a 256 gigabyte storage. And it does have a couple different colors here. So you can see these colors, that's here. So the Phantom Black, which is the one I have, and you see I have it in the case here right now, but it comes in a frost blue and a metal bronze. Display wise is a 6.67 full HD plus LCD dot display. Again, 120 hertz, which I'm loving the 120 hertz. 240 hertz touch sampling rate, so that is really how fast and responsive it is to the touch with movements. So that's actually super nice. A 1500 to 1 contrast ratio, 450 nits, very good. Sunlight display, and HDR10. So it is an HDR, and I've played some games on this and looked at some photos and things like that, and it definitely has a much nicer screen, even when compared to, let's say, the Poco M3. Available colors, of course, we have black, frost blue, metal bronze, and it's the Phantom Black. Here's your dimensions. Again, we'll put them up here on the screen for you guys. And it is using 2.5D glass front, 3D curved back, and a Corning Gorilla Glass 6 on the front. So that's also really nice. 5160 milliamp is their battery, so it's a high capacity battery again, which is really cool. And I do like that it comes, they were smart enough to say, let's include this in the box, and it's a 33 watt fast charger. In box, 33 watt. That's awesome. USB-C. Camera-wise, we're going to go out after this part of the video and actually look at taking some photos and video with this. 48 megapixel plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 on the rear. And you guys, again, can see the stats here. It's a 1/2 inch sensor size with a main 48 megapixel. 8 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel macro, and 2 megapixel depth sensor. The ultra wide has night mode, dual video, video clone, long exposures, very cool. And a 20 megapixel front camera with f2.2 with night mode and dual video as well. Super awesome. Audio on here, dual speakers, high res audio, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. What? still has a headphone jack. It does indeed. Headphone jack right there, you know. And speakers, we got top and rear firing, which is super cool. Connectivity, you guys can see it here with the SIM 1 plus a hybrid. Expandable up to 1 terabyte, which again, really cool. And here's your different bands, so 2G, 3G, 4G. No 5G on this one, but does it really need it? Probably not. There's not very many places that have 5G accessible right now. Wireless network, Bluetooth 5, Wi-Fi 5, has NFC and IR blaster. Security wise, we have side fingerprint sensor and AI face lock. Now just be aware, I did set up, of course, when you run it through the initial setup, it prompts you to do the fingerprint scanner. It didn't prompt me to do anything with the face, so any kind of face unlock, but you just go into your security inside there and you can add a face and it's good. So you'll actually see, I think I can set this with mine so that if I use not a finger and I just kind of pop it up here, yeah, see, it just unlocks because I have the facial turned on as well. That's kind of an update on the specs, which is actually really nice. These are great specs. And again, I've been using this now for the last day, and I have to say, it's performed super well. And I am a big fan of that 120 hertz, I must say. That's really nice. So we're gonna go out later on this afternoon. We'll continue the video instantaneously again for you, but we're gonna go take some photo and some video in the outdoor scenarios, and we'll be able to post them up here for you guys so you can take a look. All right, stay with me. Okay, so we have had some time to go play with this, some more actually. So first what we're gonna do is actually bring up some audio just on YouTube so you guys can hear it, and you'll get an idea, I think, of what this sounds like, because the speakers on here actually are quite good. So if we bring up YouTube, and we'll just bring up one of my videos here. Let's take a look. Okay, so it does say here in the menu at the bottom that if you need to that side, because the speakers are on both sides, play pause, it's actually quite good. It's quite good sound for sure. We can also, just as a dual thing here, touch and hold. We'll bring up a quick game, and we'll bring up some Need for Speed maybe, because that's a good one. And you guys can see this. The game runs actually beautifully. So I'll bring it up a little bit here so you guys should be able to hear it okay. And I would expect that it would run really good on this. Connecting to the server, yeah. And it loads way quicker on this one than it did on the M3, so definitely a nice upgrade. All right, continue. Let's just bring something here. You guys should get an idea. I'll crank the speaker right up. Like, it's loud. Perfect launch. Here we go. Right? Oh, it's just got such a nice sound. No delays, no stuttering. It's so fluid. Like, it's so nice. Really nice gaming experience. All right, so let's just kind of come through here. We'll get out of this, okay? And for those of you that are just interested, because I'm sure some of you are, we'll just bring up, here's PUBG, because I'm sure that's a big one for a lot of you, and we'll just show it to you. You'll see this is it's game turbo boosted. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but it has it. And again, loading times, you'll see it goes through its update, checking for updates. Again, some of this is gonna have to do with your network. All right. Again, the speakers are so good on this. I was quite impressed. Collect, yeah. Apply, share. This is fine. I got my settings here, just so you guys see. And we're actually using the HD textures, because you can actually go lower, but this is all good. All right, I think we're on our way now. And again, we are running the high-res textures, so be aware. Yeah, like it's so smooth, right? Like, nothing wrong with that. Like, check that out, right? It's really nice. Yes, you should have no problems playing this game on this kind of processor, you know, and it is really, really smooth. So yeah, definitely a win. You can see everybody moving around there, right? Down, everything, like the animations are super smooth, right? Oh yeah, very good. All right, we're not gonna spend too much time here. I'm just gonna quit out of here. All right, so now we're going to talk a bit about the camera, because that was probably one of the things that I was the most interested in. So the camera app, very similar on this phone, so the X3 Pro, even to the M3, they use a very similar camera application. So when you bring it up here, you guys will see this here. You'll have your photo mode, you'll have a portrait mode, you have a video, and a pro mode. Plus you'll have a more, and the more allows you to kind of go in here, and you'll see all kinds of different options for time lapse and long exposure, and cloning and dual videos. Dual video is kind of cool because it does shoot the front and rear cameras at the same time. Panoramas, etc., and night mode. All kind of features that are actually really, really nice. One of the cool ones in here actually is this new vlog mode. So it's not something that's on the phone right away. You have to download it, but kind of neat. But we'll come back in here again. And portrait mode, I'll put some photos up here I just took of myself earlier. Portrait mode actually works really cool. And inside portrait mode, you will have your little aperture, so you can kind of decide how much blur. You'll see it change up there, right? All the way down to f1 up to f16. And this is something that you can set that adjustment to. It actually does surprisingly well, which I really liked. The other thing you can see here is some actual photos taken at the different widths. And I actually took some photos in some fairly low light scenarios, so we're actually getting some work done in our basement, and because of that I turned the lights off, just shot, and you can see, especially with the normal camera, how well it does. When you start using the ultra wide, a little bit more noise gets brought into the shot because it's not as fast a lens on the ultra wide, not quite as good a lens, but still very useful. And the bonus is that you can actually use night mode with any of them. So the telephoto, the standard, or the wide, you can use the night mode with. So if you're in a scenario like that, it actually works really well. So for instance, I actually took some photos inside here with the lights off, and I was shocked at how good. And if you look back here, I have a little blind here that helps darken this window, but you get this crazy, like some light leak. Of course it comes because it's not fit perfectly. Normally the photo would look like this, where that's all blown out, especially on the outside there. But in night mode, because it's taking a bunch of photos, it actually did really well and regained a lot of information in here. So I actually shot with all the lights off in here, with that light kind of seeping through, and it matched it all quite nice. So I was really impressed. Now the other thing that's a nice add-on, especially for me, versus the M series or the M3, is that the X3 actually shoots 1080p 30, 1080p 60, and 4K 30. Now, of course, not all of the options are available in all of them. It has this new super steady shot that you can kind of shoot, but only in 1080p 30. Big deal? No, but if you want that, that's okay. I shot a ton of stuff. Here's actually some footage, and it's the same footage. First off, it's shot in 1080, and you'll see it in normal, then wide, then telephoto, and then we shoot it again, the same stuff in 4K. See if you guys can tell the difference. But the camera did surprisingly well. Like, I was really impressed by how good it was. And just for fun sakes right now, because I didn't do it, we are going to actually take some video. And this is of me talking right now with the actual front camera. And you guys will get an idea of what that front camera is like. And I'm thinking that's actually doing like very well. It's super clear, and it's really clear here on the screen. No complaints at all. I think that's going to be very, very useful. All right, guys. This is my review of the Poco X3 Pro. I'm super pleased with this. It is such a nice phone. It's, you know, it's not flagship like price that you'd pay. You know, you don't need to be paying $1,000 to get this phone. It's got really fast processor, plenty of RAM, plenty of storage. It's got 120 hertz, which I'm loving. It's got a fantastic camera in it. Everything, I don't know, it's got everything that I would want from a phone. And from someone that's, you know, uses a lot of technology, I think a phone like this, honestly, for 95% of the people out there, this is gonna do everything and more than what they require from a phone. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. This is the Poco X3 Pro. Oh yes, the Pro. Special thanks again to Poco for sending this out to us. It's awesome. I'm loving it, and we will leave you there. I will put links to Poco's website so you can see their arrangement of phones right now. And that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little notification bell. And we will see you guys next video. Later, my friends.